Hello everybody, Richard here for Velo29. This is your pre-event briefing for the Tour of Lancashire, Sportive. Now this is super important because due to the COVID restrictions we do not brief you on the start line, so I will do my best to keep it brief and so you stick with me until the end. So a couple of important points about the event, or about all our events. To make it COVID safe, you've all booked a start time. We've posted you timing chips and rider numbers. It is important that you know that start time that you have booked and you arrive at the appropriate time. The appropriate time being come to the start line not more than 2 to 3 minutes before you are due to start. If you do that, it's perfect. It will go smoothly. You won't come into contact with additional people and everything is fine. If you're running late, then just get there as soon as you can. It does cause us a problem, so try not to, but you'll have to wait in a holding area and we will get you off as soon as we can. That being when there's a gap and somebody else can come. If you come at the wrong time, we'll eject you and put you in the holding area, so please don't do that as best you can. Timing chips arrived in the post. They go on the outside of your helmet. Don't put them inside the helmet, don't put them on the bike, don't put them in your pocket, don't leave them in the car, it won't work. Lots of people think, I don't care about the time, I'm riding just for recreation. The timing chip is super important because it confirms you've set off and you have come back. If you don't use it, we won't know you won't know that you've come back, therefore it's a safety risk. So please everybody put that timing chip on the helmet. If for some reason you didn't get it through the post, fear not, we will have a replacement for you, but still come to the start line at the appropriate time. If we have people hanging about wanting chips and it's half an hour before they set off, it doesn't help and it's not necessary. We'll give you a new chip on the line and we'll get you away at the correct time. Easy as that, nothing to worry about. So, you've got there, you've set off, you're in the ride. There's a couple of briefing points I want to mention you about the ride itself. So, it's going to be a cold morning, progressing to be a hot-ish day, around 15 degrees, if that's hot. So the cold morning is a factor. You're going to stand on the start line for a couple of minutes. You're going to set off. There's no hills for the first few miles. It's going to be cold. So my advice would be wear some clothing that is warm for the start. You can take off, put in your pockets, something like that. If you turn up in shorts and t-shirts, you are going to be too cold on the morning. That is a safety factor. Also on the tops of the hills, it won't be 15 degrees. The long route spends a long time at altitude. It'll be colder up there. You've got some descent, so dress sensibly. Everybody, please bring a pump and some inner tubes. It's embarrassing when we turn up to a flat tyre and the guy has to fezz up. Guy or girl has to fizz up and say, I don't have an inner tube. We've got loads of people out on the course looking after you, but we prioritise the incidents. And I have to say, flat tyre for someone who hasn't brought an inner tube is bottom of the list of priorities. We'll be dealing with people who have genuine medical emergencies or first aid required a long time before we get to you. So if you've got a flat tyre and you haven't got a tube, expect a longer than usual wait for the recovery. Okay, if for any reason you don't come back, we need to know about that, please. So you ride past your house, you stop, your brother picks you up, whatever, please let us know. If we don't account for everybody by 5 o'clock tomorrow night, then we will assume something has happened and we will start a search and rescue operation involving the emergency services, and every single time the person's been sat having a cup of tea. I say this about every event, you are getting better. So please text, ring, anything. The contact number's on the back of your rider number for everything through the day. Get in touch and we'll mark you as safely home. It's super embarrassing and a waste of everybody's time when you don't do that. Okay, cool. Signs are all in the event manual. Have a look at that. If you ask me what colour the signs are on the start line, you haven't read the event manual. And everybody sometimes asks me that. Okay, out on the routes. So, please download a fresh GPS file. We uploaded it yesterday morning because there's a road closure that wasn't planned near the start. So for the first 2 miles out, or three miles maybe out, and the last 3 miles back, that's different to the route that was published some time ago. It's well signposted and the updated GPS file reflects it. So everybody please download a fresh one. Follow the signs, they reflect the updated route. Feed stops. Okay, so this is important, as is everything I've said. At long and medium, at your first stop at Abbeystead, as you can see in the picture I've just popped up, it's what we call a dogleg feed, which is always a bit tricky. So you ride into the feed station, you stop, you feed, you turn around and come back out again. People have a habit of putting their head down and going in the direction that they went before. If that's the case, you go in the wrong way, you'll sail off, you'll end up at Blackpool, and though it's a nice place, you don't want to go there tomorrow. So, at that first feed stop in Abbeystead, long and medium, turn around, go back the way you came. Okay, there is a 20% climb not long after the feed. So, there aren't many places out there to select feeds. This is a brilliant venue. However, it does incur a 20% climb afterwards. So our advice is grab the food, put it in your pocket, go up the climb, eat it as you get on your go, stop on, get on your way, stop on the grass, whatever. Okay, that's Abbeystead feed. Everybody else will hit Sabden feed, so short, medium and long, you all go there. And I think I've put up the wrong picture, so don't worry about that. So at the bottom of Sabden feed, you descend at speed from Nickerpendle, and the feed stop is on the left at the bottom of the climb. You need to divert left, go through a few houses, and you get to the church. Well signposted, but you will be going quick and you will be thinking about control and safety as you go down the hill. So it's in the village of Sabden at the bottom, loads of signs, but slow down, look for the feed stop when you're in Sabden. Okay, dead important that. And then a little bit further in, I'm just checking my notes, at around, oh sorry, not that far in, at 8 kilometres. So at 8 kilometres into the event, we come across this road closure that you can see. Now it does say on the sign, residents access only. Consider yourself a resident for the day. We go straight through that, so ignore that. The sign's there, go straight through it. No problem at all. Okay, so long route riders, you've got to cut off at 10:30 for the split point, which is just after Abbeystead feed. Please respect the necessity to move you to the medium route if you are there after 10:30. We will start taking down the signs for the long route. It is effectively closed. You can't go that way as part of the event anymore after 10:30. We've got to get you back to the headquarters for 5, so for everybody's benefit, there's a cut off at 5 for the headquarters. If you get to the Abbeystead cut off point after 10:30, you are not going to get back to the finish at 5. That's safety for everybody. You know, it's still getting dark, it's still getting cold. We need to pack up and get off site. That's the arrangement with the college, who are fantastic and have supported the event, but the need has gone by 6. So everybody got to be at that point by 10:30. Equally, riding in groups, you know, 99% of people have been great. We limit the group sizes to 6. British Cycling say 15. Now we limit to 6 because A, that works well for us. It's an appropriate size, and importantly, no other road user considers a group of 6 as a large number of people. Now 15, we got negative feedback last week from about 2 or 3 locals, the kind of people who create noise, who go to authorities and try to prevent it happening again in the future. And they say that there is a large group of people which is not COVID safe. Now, interpretation of a large group is, I think, 15. That looks like a lot of cyclists getting in the way of motorists, scaring horses, etc. So we limit it to 6. Now, if you are in a group of more than 6, at least one of you, please take the responsibility and break that group up. If we find you, we will break the group up. If we have to ask you more than once, I'm afraid you cannot attend any more of our events, and we will tell other organisers. We take this super seriously. The group size is 6. Do not go beyond that at any stage. It's really important. These are, events on the road are a privilege. We need to maintain that privilege. We need to be respectful of other road users. And at this particular moment in time, we do not want people saying cycling is not a COVID-safe sport, because we will head rapidly back to where we were some months ago. Nobody wants that. Nobody calls a group of 6 a large group. People do call a group of 15 a large group. So please, guys, stick to 6. Everything's fine. Safe, COVID safe. Nobody criticise it. And be respectful of other road users, please. You know, we have a right to use the roads, so do other people. We don't like it when motorbikes come flying past us. It scares us. Equally, horses don't like it when cyclists come flying past them. It scares them. It's not a race, it's recreational. Respect other road users. Please don't let me have an inbox on Monday morning with people complaining about cyclist attitude on the road. Okay, we can't wait to see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. This will be our 3rd event. They've all been brilliant. Tomorrow is going to be super. See you at the start line at the appropriate time for a fantastic 2nd tour of Lancashire. Thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow.